One world, one people, one tribe, one tribe. What I know, we are. What I know, no, we are.
It all starts with the people. One people, we stand all together, one voice saying, yes, we can. Each one, reach one till we pull ourselves up, cause we all one fan. From the rest to the block, to the Perry, to the rock, we connect that love. Cause the people with power, for the power of the people when we stand as one.
I got you stuck off the realness. We be indigenous, you heard of us. Max Heaven, the murderers, spreading the love with the water and earth. And the stand against hate, gotta know what the purpose is. We rise, the climate is changing, signs of the times. It's time to start praying. Pray for the world and community. Prayers are more powerful when we're in unity.
What I know, we are one. What I know, no, we are one.
Woke up today, hungry for a change, new path to take. Can't stay the same, it's been too long. Pointing out who's right or wrong, can you hear me out? All we need is a little bit of love. Take time to heal and it starts with us. Hand in hand, I put my trust. In one world, reunite, it's a must. Hold on to hope, we can overload. We can break the code with a single note. Sing out for the world to hear that our time is now, no more for tears. I looked into my son's eyes, a new day in a new light. Lift the veil and dwell so peaceful. Come together, one world, one people.
What I know, we are one. What I know, no, we are one. It's who you are, it's who I am. We all bleed the same blood, yeah. Hey. We all bleed the same blood, yeah.
We got beautiful differences, let me give you a peek. Over 500 tribes, but we all unique. And if we could not compete to eat, nothing could beat us. Jealousy is more dangerous than diabetes. See this unity? Imagine what it looked like. You would think we would do whatever it took, right? I would do anything for this good life. We could do anything if we unite.
Young native, you are my savior. So you're rare for our inspiration. From the block to your reservation. Any color, all my relations. From the basement, worldwide invasion. Every day we're painting our faces. Fighting back but learning our language. Dancing our dances, saying our prayers.
What I know, we are one. What I know, no, we are one. We only got one world. We only got one world. We only got one world. Yeah. All we got is one voice, one choice, one earth, one love, one birth, one life to live. One life to live, yeah.
One people, we stand all together, one voice saying, yes, we can. Each one, reach one till we pull ourselves up, cause we all one fan. From the rest of the block, to the Perry, to the rock, we connect that love. Cause the people with power, for the power of the people when we stand as one.
What I know, we are one. What I know, no, we are one. What I know, we are one. We are one. We are one. We are one.
Wow. Let me get rid of that one really quick. Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Sunday. That was Mag 7 with We Are One. So fire. How you guys doing out there, man? Put your flames up if you're feeling that. I want to see all them flames in the comments. Yes. Feeling good. Feeling great. It's your boy, Big Drezus, a.k.a. Big Baby Dreez, a.k.a. Chef Boyard Dreezy. You're now tuned into In Drezus' Name. Man, I'm feeling good, feeling great. I'm feeling blessed. Man, you know what? I got to let everybody know I'm feeling extra good today because, man, I started moving again, bro. I started biking and running and working out again, man. I started getting into it the other day. And I got to thank my brother, Damon Bell, for encouraging me. And I don't know if you guys know Damon Bell, but he played for the preseason with Boston Celtics. He comes from Alaska. He's a Nietzsche with a dream. And he has this new initiative called Breaking the Bicycle, where he uses cycling as a tool to promote mental health and wellness in Black and Indigenous communities, in particular men who suffer from the worst incarceration and suicide rates in North America. So he challenged me to do 7 or 14 or 28-mile rides in July. So I've done 3 so far. I only missed one day, which was the first day. Feeling good. I encourage everybody to check it out on IG. He's doing good things, man. Get out there and ride. Maybe when all this COVID stuff is through, you know, maybe we can get out there and ride together, man. You know what I'm saying? I was going to do that next week, but I have to say prayers going out to the Siksika Nation because they're having a little bit of a outbreak of the COVID-19 right now. And I also want to send a special shout out to my boy LB from the Indian fam. He actually is suffering from COVID-19 at this very moment. I shouldn't say suffering though, because he's a warrior and he's doing all right. And I'm pretty sure he will be okay thus far. I just want to pray for all the elders in that community, also for the Navajo Nation, who's also going through it out there. Man, the reses are being hit the hardest, you know what I'm saying? But it's get out there and donate, you know. I know there's many links out there that people can post up and you know, get it going, help them out. But yo, like with a lot of things in life, and especially within the Native community, there's a lot of ups and downs. And definitely one major up today is having my brother, Mr. Taboo from the Black Eyed Peas. He man, what can I say? I just want to say a couple quick things about what this man has done for me in my life and how he has inspired me to be a sober Nietzsche, man. You know, inspired me to be a sober Indigenous person, a sober man. You know, also inspired me to be more positive in life. You know what I mean? He inspired me in a lot of ways, and never in a million years would I have thought when I saw him on the Black Eyed Peas doing their thing, like that's, you know, joints and jams, all those joints. I was like, there was no way I would have thought later on in life I would link up with this man and be able to share the same space. You know what I mean? So it's incredibly ill that we have him today. And he took his time out of his busy schedule because the Black Eyed Peas just released an album called Translation. It's got that worldwide vibe. Got my big Nietzsche trying to dance. You know what I mean? They got features from J Balvin, Ozuna, French Montana, Shakira, Piso 21, Tyga. I don't know how they do it, man. But yo, without further ado, multi-platinum artist, 6-time Grammy winning, my brother, Taboo from the Black Eyed Peas.
Yo, Big Drezus.
Yeah.
My
How you
brother,
doing, family?
I'm good, man. First of all, I want to
Yes.
say thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to speak to the folks that are tuned in right now. You know, I'm coming to you live from Tongva land. You know, big shout out to all the folks out there representing, especially in these crazy, trying times. I just want to send nothing but good medicine and well wishes to everyone that's going through this crazy, crazy pandemic and all the things that are happening right now. You know, before we get into it, I just wanted to spread a little positivity and a little bit of hope to all the folks on the res, all my urban natives, all the folks that are representing not only in the U.S. but in Canada. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Blessings, my G. You coming live from Los Angeles? Yo, before we get into it, bro, tell us about the new album you got going on, man.
Yo, let me just tell you this, Drezus. First of all, it's been 8 years since Black Eyed Peas has released anything to this capacity. The last time we had an album to this magnitude was in 2010, right? Or 2009. We had I Got a Feeling and Boom Boom Pound, those records, and we went on hiatus in 2011. So when we went on hiatus, you know, we all started like doing individual endeavors and music by ourselves. And in 2014, I got diagnosed with cancer. So for me, it was like, yo, I went into fight mode, into warrior mode, into like, you know, holistic healing, but also I had to go into this chemotherapy run. And pretty much I fought for my life. So from June 24th, when I got diagnosed in 2014 until September, I was doing this crazy intense aggressive chemotherapy. So to make a long story short, after I beat cancer, me, Will.i.am, and Apple, we went back into like, yo, let's slowly but surely start getting back into the studio. But I needed some healing, bro. I needed some spiritual healing. So I went to Standing Rock. And when I went to Standing Rock, it opened my whole, like, the chakra, the third eye, everything just like opened up for me. And I got to meet all these amazing allies and relatives from different nations and different tribes and even non-natives who I learned from. And I got this resurgence and all the good medicine that I needed for my healing process. So I took that back into the studio and we created a song with these amazing artists called the Mag 7. You being part of that amazing, you know, feature, Standing Rock. I remember when I hit you up and you were like, yo, this ain't Taboo for Black Eyed Peas. And your doubt was like encouraging to me because it let me know, like, you know, someone as amazing and as talented as yourself, you know, you didn't give up on the dream and the hope of actually working with me. And I love and appreciate that. So we did the record Standing Rock for the Water Protectors and all the folks at Standing Rock. And then while we were doing that, I was also like working with Will and Apple on this masterpiece called Master of the Sun, right? And it was like a hip hop record which featured Nas, it featured a Phife Dawg from Tribe Called Quest, De La Soul, you know, a Slick Rick. It had all the OGs on it. Yeah. But we wanted to do something to pay homage to our hip hop roots because a lot of folks didn't know about Black Eyed Peas as b-boys, as freestyle dancers, as MCs, as hip-hop kids from the 90s that did joints and jams. They only knew, like, Where's the Love and On, right? Right. So while we were doing Master of the Sun and we had completed that record, we were also working on this big pop record that was to be translation. And the first record we did was Ritmo with J Balvin. So that was the record that kind of set the tone for this big monstrosity. And as a matter of fact, Ritmo is the biggest record for Black Eyed Peas to date because it's got 700 million views on YouTube. I Got a Feeling has 400 million views. Where's the Love got 500 million views. So numerically, in 2020, Ritmo and the new translation music is bigger than Black Eyed Peas from the past. And although it's different time periods and what it means for pop culture, you know, the fact that numerically we're still able in 2020 to have the impact and the blessing to be back in the market after being gone for 8 years, let alone me battling cancer and you know, going through my trials and tribulations, but also like I look at it as being very fortunate. Creator was like, your job's not done yet. You got more living to do. You got more music to bring to the world through especially in these trying times when people need light, they need positivity, and translation is that record for the world, you know?
Word. One thing I noticed when I was taking in the record, like not only did I want to move, like it just felt good, bro.
Thank
You know
you.
what I mean? Very feel good vibes. And why is it important for you to like to stay on that positive tip? Because it's very like myself included, like it's almost like it's like we feed into our anger sometimes, you know what I mean, and let it out through music. And why is it important for you to continue to make positive music for the people out
Well,
there?
well, we come from the era of b-boying and battling and ciphers. Like me, Will, and Apple, we met because of breakdancing, because of freestyle dancing and rap battles.
Right.
Will, back in the early '90s when he got signed to Ruthless Records with Eazy-E, he won a rap battle, and Eazy-E discovered Will and Apple back then. And when Eazy-E passed away, we became Black Eyed Peas in 1995. So although we were on a gangster label, our inspirations were KRS-One, Tribe Called Quest, De La Soul, Jungle Brothers, Boogie Down Productions. So we always look, Public Enemy, we always look for the light. We always look for the things that inspired us and that made us dance. And although we're from LA, like we had love for NWA and gangster music, but we always wanted to bring the light because we were dancers, right? B-boys, freestyle dancers. So the music we wanted to make was something that always made you move. And that's why Joints and Jams in the 90s was a perfect example of what Black Eyed Peas represented. A good beat, jazzy hip hop, but also like at the end of the video, these dudes could rip you apart on the dance floor and
Hey,
battle anyone at the time. You know what I mean? Because we
that's
came
all.
from that assassin mode. Like we'll take MCs out and we'll take B-boys and freestyle dancers out because that was the mentality in the 90s. Is like battle, battle, battle. And that was a blessing and a curse because, the blessing being that we made music for the world and we make music to enlighten and bring that positive vibe, or like you call it, the happy-ish, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And,
yeah.
and the curse being that,
Here
our
comes Tab
biggest
with that happy-ish again. Yo,
happy-ish,
Tab,
yeah.
play some of that happy-ish. You know what I mean?
The curse is that, in these times of people always asking like, why'd you make an album like Translation when everything is like uncertain, the pandemic, the protests? How can you guys make happy music at this time? Well, we want to bring the light in these times. Now, if we made an album that was all like, street living and Ring the Alarm and, all these dark type records, then we wouldn't be doing our service that creator put Black Eyed Peas on the planet for. Like this is our calling, bro. We were made to make music, make people move, make people want to work out, make people want, go to the basketball games or to the football games or whatever your sport is, because we make that music that makes people move and it gets you pumped up, it gets you hyped. And that's what Black Eyed Peas is about. When people say, what does Black Eyed Peas mean? Well, Black Eyed Peas in the South is soul food, and we feed the soul with our music, and that's positive music.
Word. Yeah, yeah. I that's definitely when I heard the album, and I thought this, I didn't think the same thing where I thought like, oh, why are they making this type of album? I thought more like, I understand now, especially after meeting you and spending time with you. I understand how important it is to keep that positivity in a time like this. You know
Yeah,
what I
and
mean?
also
Go ahead.
I wanted to interject on the reason why we went the Latin route. Well, first of all, I am a mixed kid. My grandmother's a native, and my grandfather was from Sonora, Mexico, and I was born in LA. I'm an urban native kid, right? So throughout my years of trying to educate myself and really understand who I am as a mixed kid, I always celebrated both cultures, and I always was proud of my indigenous side on both perspectives. And we've always had Latin influence in our music. From Falling Up on our first record, we had Jorge Benjor on the guitar, like that was a sample from Brazil. We did collaborations with Sergio Mendes. We collaborated with Paulina Rubio from Mexico. We collaborated with Juanes from Colombia. So there's always been this Latin fusion with Black Eyed Peas, and me representing one part of that because of my multiculturalism. I wanted to implement that. And will.i.am was born in East LA, predominantly Mexican community. So he likes to say that he was very influenced by Latino culture or Mexican culture. And he's always wanted to implement that to the world and let people know, like, Black Eyed Peas, that's our foundation. As much as we love hip hop, as much as we love like bossa nova and you know, dance music, there's also that heavy Latin influence, and we just focus by bringing people like J Balvin and the Shakiras and the Osunas and the Malumas to let folks know that we celebrate the culture, we empower the culture, and we love what's happening around the world with the international frequency, and that's what we tapped into. We're just contributing to that style of music. We could have went the trap route, but that's really not Black Eyed Peas. We got love for trap, but that's not our style, right?
Right.
So we said, hey, we make music for the world. Why don't we tap into this Latin frequency? Because it's not too far-fetched. It's organic. It's still Black Eyed Peas. When you hear a record like, you know, Mamacita and Ozuna singing in Spanish, you know it's a Black Eyed Peas song because you hear the vibes, right? When you hear Ritmo, even though J Balvin's singing in Spanish, you still feel the Black Eyed Peas fusion in it. So, you know, that's why we decided to focus on this amazing international frequency.
Yeah, and those artists are ridiculously huge, man. Like, some of these guys got millions and millions of followers and billions of views on YouTube, man. So I could see why. And like, watching you come from like your surviving story, like surviving cancer, to being like on those charts like that.
I know,
I was
bro.
like, woo!
It's crazy, Dreez. You know, we spend time building as not only as MCs, but as fathers, as folks that are, you know, family oriented. We just want to give the best for our family, you know, and to be able to tell a new story in 2020 with this amazing second chance at life, because we're also on a new label now. We're on Sony, Epic Sony. So, you know, Interscope, we had many years with them. You know, it was time for us to move on. And fortunately, Sylvia Rohn and Zeke Lewis at Epic Sony, they saw something in Black Eyed Peas that they signed us. And the first thing we did was Ritmo with on the Bad Boys 3, Bad Boys for Life soundtrack. And that was the big jump off for us. And then after that came Mamacita, and now we got Feel the Beat. And we have this album Translation that's #3 on the chart. So we're blessed, man. 2020 has been, even though it's been a crazy year for all of us, musically, we're very thankful and we're grateful that it's people are opening their mind and their ears to the new era of Black Eyed Peas.
Ill, man. That's super ill. For everybody listening out there, I got to meet Taboo in, I believe it was 2016, like by DM. He hit me up by DM, and I was like, what? You know, I was tripping out. I did all the lurking, making sure you had the blue tags and the blue checks and all this. And yeah, it all checked out, and I was flipping out. And, you know, things turned out the way they did. But what's crazy is about, I think, what year was it? The year that you did the tour with the bike, with the
the bike was
with the Tron,
2000, 2009.
2009.
Yeah, 2009. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I was thinking it was 2011, but I was at this show in Winnipeg, and I remember like I was going through it big time, man. Like with addictions, with alcohol, with hard drugs, but I was still trying to be a good father. You know, I was involved in lots of BS, man. And I thought the one little ray of sunshine for me was taking my kids to the Black Eyed Peas show.
That's dope, bro.
And I remember, like, you know, I'm being real right now. I was probably hungover. I probably still had something in my system when it comes to drugs. And I was just trying to be the best father I could be. So I brought my sons to this place. We got all the merch and all this stuff. We got all, you know, the food and all that. And then we saw you come out. I'm not sure like how far into the show, but you came out on that bike, on the Tron bike.
Yeah.
And you were like above in the arena. And I remember seeing your like hair poking out of the helmet or whatever it was. I think your hair was out.
Yeah, it was out.
I was like, yo. And I'm not sure if you were out there with you know, your background and all that, but I just felt like I felt those vibes, and I told my boys, I was like, that's a native guy up there.
Yeah.
And I was like, and the little hip hop fan of me was like, I want to do that. You know what I mean? So not only was I influenced by that moment, but my kids were. You know what I mean? And one crazy thing about that I learned later on in life, after meeting you and hearing about your story, was that you were going through the same type of things.
I was, bro. Yeah.
You know, what was it like? You were pretty open out there about your addictions, and you've done interviews about it. You know what you've been through and how you used to treat your body. I wanted to ask, like, did you come into the game like that, or did you like develop those habits as a Black Eyed Pea, like in the fame with the lights and all that, or did you already have those? You know what I mean?
Well, first of all,
addictions.
great question. I was very young at the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I want to say it started when I was, you know, like in my 20s, and it went for a while, but I'm glad that I overcame that in 2007. And I've been removed from that time period since 2007. So now it's 2020. It's been 13 years, and I'm faster, stronger, better than ever, man. You know, and I always look at that time period like, you know, sometimes when you become successful and you gain this notoriety and this success and this fame, you don't know how to manage it. And I didn't know how to manage it. I overindulged in it. I partied excessively, and I learned the hard way. Fortunately, I came out of it. There's a lot of stories where you hear that folks party excessively and they don't come out of it. And, you know, I like to be the beacon of light, of inspiration, using my testimony so that folks can maybe get motivated or inspired by my experience to say, look, he made that mistake of like getting caught up, but he overcame it. And that's the beautiful thing is like, how do you bounce back? Like I always say, like the addiction, it knocked me down, but it didn't take me out of the fight. Same thing with cancer. I kept fighting on, bro, and the battle was like stronger to me. It was more of like, how do I bounce back from this experience and this horrible situation? Because it was bad, you know. And I would say I went hard excessively for about 6 or 7 years until 2007. So from 2003, when we came out with Where's the Love, that's when the financials started coming in, and you know, people start giving you this, that, and the third, and you start indulging it. Fortunately, like I said, I'm 13 years removed from that, and it's like I've become a better person. If I look back at that time period with the long hair and the sunk in cheekbones and all that craziness, looking like Skeletor, bro. You know what I mean?
Hey.
Skeletor. So I'm a different person now, and I just appreciate going through that so that I can, you know, like speak to young folks and folks that want to get into the industry and want to understand, like, oh, what are the mistakes that folks like myself go through to overcome. You know, that's important to me to be that beacon of light.
Word, man. McGwitch for that, man. Thank you, bro. I was watching this old interview of you, and you said this thing. You said, I'm not gonna put it on blast because, you know, it's an older interview, but you said basically you stopped drinking because you didn't have like a stop, like you didn't have like a filter, or you know what I mean. So when you said that, I was like, even though I know you already, and we spent time in the studio and in and out of the studio, I was like, boom, I was like, damn, that's me. And I never saw you in that light because you had already progressed past that. And the Taboo that I know is this positive, like, beacon of light to me. You know what I mean? You've always given lit up the room and left me with like a positive energy. You know what I'm saying? So when you said that, I thought about myself.
Yeah.
And why I quit drinking. You know what I mean? I'm over 3 years in now, and that was right at the time I met you. You know what I mean? And man, I would go for days. You know what I mean? I got friends here that are tapped in right now that I used to party with for like weeks. You know what I mean? And and I used to like wonder why the homeboy down the block can go for a beer after work or something like that and play some pool or whatever it may be and then go home. I always envied that. And I tried it and fooled myself many times. It's like, oh, I can do this. I can have one drink.
Yeah.
But then that like there's like an animal in me or something that just goes off. You know what I mean?
There was no pause button, right?
That's it.
Extreme.
And I know a lot of my people on the prairies, especially where there's not a lot of resources, where there's not a lot of money, period. They're struggling with that. And I just wanted to ask if you had any words for that. Like, I know it's the toughest. Everybody's got to bring their own self out of it. But if you had any type of words for tapping into that spirit.
Yeah, well, first of all, one of the things that I really connected with you, and I told you this, is like you reminded me of my brother that I lost to OD, Eddie. And you know, when I saw you, I was like, yo, this cat reminds me of my brother. And I had a connection with him, and I was building with him to be able to kind of rekindle, because he was always incarcerated. So when he got out, you know, I always looked for that moment to be able to build a bond with him, but he passed away. So when I looked at you, I always felt like, you know, you're like a reincarnation of him, in the sense that you looked like him physically, but also you were going through your struggles. And I remember talking to you about it, and I told you about my story, and we bonded on that, because you're like, yo, you know, I'm trying to change for my kids, da 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 da. And it inspired me, because I said, look, I like this guy's talent, and I think he's a talented MC, but I could see that he has the potential to become a better father as well, because he wanted to transition from like overindulging to like, how do I better my lifestyle so that I can be here for my kids? And what I would say to the folks is, you know, like, it's up to you to change. You know, for me, it was a process, and I trusted the process, because I had to do this for not only for my kids, my wife too. My wife has been on my side like for since the beginning. You know, she's the person that believed in me when no one else believed in me. So the fact that I had a strong foundation at home let me become the person that would overcome that without having to, like, you know, second guess that. And a lot of folks, maybe they don't have a strong foundation, but you got to find it within yourself to be able to say, you know, I'm done with that. I want to live on. And you got to find that strength within yourself, because you can't tell people, oh, you need to do this because I'm telling you to do it. Because then it's like, well, why are you preaching or why are you trying to lecture me? And that's not something you want to do. You want to be empathetic. You want to be respectful, and you want to be mindful about folks when they want to choose to change, or to you know, turn that curve of like, okay, I'm ready. I'm done with this. And fortunately, like I said, man, 13 years removed from that, I'm lively, I'm vibrant, I'm alive, and you see it. You know my character, Dreez. You've seen how I am when I go into the room, and you know, I just share my experiences with folks, and we can build, and I think people like that there's no filter with that. And I'm not trying to like carry on this like mystique or this famous type approach. I'm just like a dude that was very blessed to work hard. I was lucky to have the amazing opportunity to become a Black IP. But most of all, I overcame a lot of those things because of willpower, strength, and because I just wanted to change, you know?
Word. That's big, man. I'm glad that you made it through, man. I'm happy that you made it through, because it was a blessing meeting you. You know, it was definitely a trip for a prairie kid from Saskatchewan to be in Los Angeles.
Yes, sir.
You know, I was out there for a few months with my girl, and you know, I learned so much in those few months, and I learned so much from you. I had so many dope experiences. It was so crazy. One thing, like, I remember that day of the MTV Video Music Awards. For me, that was like wow. You know, I tell the story all the time. When did you feel like you were on? like with the Black Eyed Peas? Like, when was the first time that you felt like, oh snap? Like when did you have that moment?
The first time I felt that was, I mean, it wasn't like success. Like it wasn't a financial thing. It was like the first time I heard Joints and Jams on the radio.
Oh snap!
Or when I saw Joints and Jam on Rap City. I
Oh
was like,
snap!
whoa, I'm on Rap City, you know. And as a hip hop kid, like that's something that you always think of. It's either Yo MTV Raps or Rap City, the BET show that used to be on. And I just remember seeing our video on there, and you know, just the idea of three different, you know, nationalities who are best friends. My brother Apple the App came from the Philippines, you know, didn't know a word of English, met will.i.am from East LA, you know, predominantly Mexican community. Here I am, a mixed kid, Native American Mexican kid, and we loved hip hop. And then to see our first thing that we did that was received by, you know, by a platform like BET was Joints and Jams. I was like, yo, we made it. Even though I was still living at my mom's house, I felt like we made it because now we were on TV, and you know, I wasn't set financially, but the dream of, you know, taking our idea as b-boys, as MCs, as songwriters, as producers, to be able to have our thing to be on BET was like, you know, it was amazing. And then all the other stuff. But I mean, that's just like notoriety, you know, like for me, notoriety is cool, but it's like, how do I affect change with that? So I would say that moment of you know, as hip hop kids, because we still love hip hop, dude. Like, even though we're like the international band and people call us pop and all this stuff, man, I'm a hip hop head to the day I die. Like, I was blessed to be able to do a cypher with you with MC Red Cloud. Big shout out to Red Cloud, the native ciphers. And for me, I was like, yo, they still want me to be down with this? Like, this is dope. Like, this is the stuff that I look to be a part of, because sometimes people, like, they'll think like, Black Eyed Peas, they're pop, or they're like, you know, they're corporate or whatever. You know, there's people that have perspectives. But the fact that you guys, you know, still have the love for me, because you are, you know, one of the MCs I look up to, for all the things that you're doing for the community, but also like for the underground, and taking that amazing rawness and never changing who you are, and having the integrity to do that. It's a beautiful thing, because it always reminds me of how we started. You know, fortunately, we had the ability to transition into, like, you know, the popularity and all that stuff. But I never forget where I come from, bro. I never lose my roots, my foundation, the battles, freestyle sessions, all the stuff that you know, make us who we are. And you know, when I was asked to be part of that native cipher with you, it was like, done, let's go.
Yeah, you killed that, man. This guy was flexing with the Grammy things.
I was like, yo, let this old man show you boys how to rock.
Yo, trust me, bro. That was crazy. Yo, okay, I gotta ask this as a hip hop fan. So like, I'm like, you know, we're in the era right now where some of our homeboys are doing like boom bap to the, that's it. You know what I mean? And nothing wrong with it. I love it. But then you got some of the, you know, some of your peers like Shakira, who are going straight, like all the way pop, and they're just completely killing the on a worldwide level. What do you have to say? I'm not trying to pick on the old heads here, you know what I mean, the hip hop heads, but what do you have to say for all the kids who are hearing this? Oh, you have to be about sorry, I should say you ain't real hip hop if you don't know the old school, or you don't, you know what I mean? Like, how can I ask this question? What do you have to say to the people who are afraid of stepping out? Because a lot of hip hop heads out there want to get out and step out. And because I know when I made records with you, I was like, damn, I felt good. That felt good.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So what do you say to hip hop heads who are kind of stuck in that box where they just think it's all about bars only,
well,
and want to step out?
Yeah, first of all, I salute to the heads that are all about bars, that are all about like gritty, grimy beats. Like there's a place for that, and I respect that and I salute that. As far as like wanting to step out into an international mind frame, like just speaking from our experience with Black Eyed Peas, we said we're going worldwide across the nation. Now that we activated all communication, right? So we wanted to communicate with the world since the beginning, because we said, yo, my brother's from the Philippines. Why are we not going to make music for the Philippines? My brother, like, he loves to go, be that beacon of light for Filipinos, and he goes all around Asia. Why wouldn't Black Eyed Peas want to go to Asia? Oh, I'm half Mexican. Why don't I want to go to Mexico and perform at, the Mexican stadium out there? Oh, cool. So we had a perspective of like international frequency. So although our foundation was always hip hop, we always knew we want to make music for the world. I don't want to make music just for the block. In that case, might as well just make mixtapes and just keep it 100 with the block or the neighborhood or the hood. But for us, we're like, yo, let's take it around the world. And maybe everybody doesn't want to rock like that, and that's okay. Respect to that. But for us, we always had the mindset to collaborate and contribute to an international frequency, and that's why it was a blessing for us to get Shakira, to get the J Balvins and the Osunas, because that's world music. Here we are, Black Eyed Peas, who we've done everything in the game, and then for us to come back in 2020 and to collaborate with the hottest of the hot in the international sound, like that was like, for us as fans, it was a blessing. So I would say to the folks, don't be afraid to step out, because it's beautiful to be able to tap into creating music for the world. I love performing in Kazakhstan and Indonesia and Philippines and Mexico. Like it's beautiful. People that don't even speak English are singing our songs. So now, we get to take artists like Piso 21 and El Alfa to places where they don't speak Spanish, but because Black Eyed Peas is the bridge, we're able to bring those sounds and those singers and those artists that are big in Colombia and Dominican Republic and in the Latin world over to our world, and we cross-pollinate, just like what we did with Mag 7. Mag 7, One World is not a underground hip-hop song. It's a world song. If you think of the chorus and you think of how we arranged it and all the parts for One World, We Are One, it's like it's dynamic. It's a pop record. It's not an underground record, right?
Right.
If you think of Standing Rock, although like I arranged it so that we can have like the hip hop elements, the chorus is a pop chorus. To all my native people, keep your head up.
Right.
That's a pop chorus. So the melody of that is very, like, I wanted to structure it to give it that Black Eyed Pea international frequency, but still keeping the essence of like your rap and MC1's rap, and then adding, Superman's keeping it rocking the Crow style. It's like it all kind of meshed in, and although me being at the forefront as the bridge, I wanted to take Standing Rock, Stand Up, No Dapple to the Black Eyed Pea world and say, look at these amazing artists that are from Indian country, that you're being from Canada. Like, I want you guys to see how amazing these artists are. Don't look at me, look at them. Same thing with One World, look at them. And it's always been about like, how can I make it the ultimate assist? How can I dime these cats? Because I know that's the platform and the voice that I bring to the table, is like, I want to be the assist man. I don't want it to be about me. I want it to be about us, about we. And that's what it is. I think that's the international mindset.
Word. So you would like saying this, basically saying it's who you envision your audience to be will be a big determining factor in where your music goes.
Yeah.
Would that be correct?
Yes. If you want to be like, if you just want to stay in Indian country and make records there, or if you want to be in the underground hip hop market, and that's cool, you're cool with that, then that's the road. That's the lane, and you got to salute that. Because there's people that have integrity and they have the pride, like, nah, that's not my world. But for us, we said we can still represent hip hop culture, but do it in a way where the world is appreciating and celebrating that, you know?
Boom.
Yep.
You know, it remind speaking of Mag 7, so what set off that whole thing in motion with Mag 7? Was it Standing Rock? Or was like what was it?
Oh, hold on.
We getting the
Asking for water, bro.
okay. We got
We got daddy duties, my bro.
Daddy Tab in the building. You know what I mean? We keeping it 100.
Yeah, we're keeping it 100, ladies and gentlemen. What you see is what you get right here. Daddy duties, straight
MTV
up.
Cribs.
You know what I mean? So,
You know
Mag 7 was an idea that I thought of when I started formulating Standing Rock, the song, to be able to give that to the water protectors and to the movement and say, look, if we can amplify what's going on, because at that time the media wasn't even really showing what was happening at Standing Rock. So I was like, yo, I got a platform, I got a voice. Let me use this amazing opportunity to bring these voices from different tribes and different nations and different parts of the world together, because it's like it was the first time that people had really seen 7 different MCs or artists on the same track for something like Standing Rock. And there have been other things. I know Prolific had did something. I know you did something. I know a lot of folks had provided songs or themes for Standing Rock, you know, and just to amplify and to keep the spirits up of all the water protectors and all the folks that were at Standing Rock. And when we put it together, it was like it was like a calling for me, bro. It was like, yo, you just beat cancer. You need to use the gift that creators putting in front of you to bring these artists together, and you be the bridge. Mm-hmm. And so, you know, it was like I felt like a new lease on life for me. Like, it wasn't about Black Eyed Peas. It was like, now the architect of bringing these amazing energies to not only do music, but also to build a friendship. I consider you a brother. And because of Mag 7, I built a brotherhood with you, you know, and I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't, you know, have love for you. And if I didn't see you as a brother, bro, like, that's first and foremost. And with Mag 7, I felt like it was the perfect opportunity to give these amazing artists the light that I've been blessed to get with Black Eyed Peas. And I actually took one of the MCs out of retirement, and he came off he was probably one of the hardest on the track, and that was MC1.
Hey.
MC1 was like, yo, I'm done, Tab. I don't rap
Who?
anymore.
Wait. Who we saying?
MC1.
Oh, you mean that MC1?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yo, MC1, bro. Look at this guy.
And who else we got? We hold on a second. We got Doc and Spence in the building.
Oh, we got the Mag 7 family in the house.
Hold on. We're not done yet. Oh, hey, PJ Vegas, baby.
PJ Vegas is in the house.
What up,
Yo,
hold up.
So you want to finish my story.
Okay, sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
So
all I heard was MC1 was the best.
I got
MC1 was the best.
I got this amazing MC that said, nah, Tab, I'm retired, bro. I'm retired. I was like, what are you talking about? MC1, you need to take the dirt off your cleats, and you got to jump on this record. So he jumps on this record, right? And then I met these two brothers at the NAMMYs, the Native American Music Awards. And these 2 cats that were like all fashion forward. They're like fresh to death with their fashion. I'm like, yo, these cats are dope. Where are you guys from? They're like, oh, we're Seminoles, right? So I said, yo, let's exchange info and let's collaborate. So those are the next guys that I thought of, and it was Doc and Spence. And so I sent them the idea. And then PJ Vegas, I mean, bro, when I met him and his dad, like it was like meeting not only an inspirational family, but also like someone that, because we're LA, because, you know, we're mixed kids, Native, and we have the Mexica vibe and all the ideas that we have as Angelinos, we just clicked on a different frequency. And so PJ Vegas came in and sang the hook. And I just remember bringing all these amazing folks together, and I built a bond of family. And that's what we had when we walked on that red carpet or that purple carpet, whatever carpet that was at the MTV Award.
Carpet. It's the blue
carpet.
I remember that.
And people turn around like, yo, who are these? Yo, what's going on here? And we had the amazing sisters with us singing the Woman Warrior song, you know, Bethany Yellowtail and Sarah Eaglehart and all the other relatives. It showed the power of a family. It showed the power of our relatives shining in our ancestry. Like, we held it really high. And I felt like this was the beginning of something really special. And that's why Standing Rock set the tone for the Mag 7 and all the stuff that we've done and we will continue to do. You know, I just got so much love for you guys. So thank you guys for being on here with this amazing brother, Drezus.
Love you, Tab. Love you.
I had to pull him up. I should have pulled him out in sequence with the story, you know, but I got too excited. I got too excited. I was like, yo, bring them all out. But yo, I want to send a special shout out to Kahara Hodges. She just had a beautiful baby with brother Martin. Shout out to that beautiful family.
Ooh,
I know you guys are cozy right now. It's all love. But yo, we're not done yet, Tab. We got another brother in the building real quick. I just gotta bring him through. Let me slide through real fast.
Hey, Mook. Yo, so Mook, for the folks that are tuned in, this brother right here has been with us since the Ab Clan days. He was actually the original member with will.i.am and Apple when they got signed to Ruthless Records. Mook has been a confidant, a brother, a mentor, an inspiration, not only to Black Eyed Peas, but to me as an individual. And I remember the day that we started formulating Standing Rock and the idea of bringing all you guys on this record. Like, Mook saw the vision and he always said, yo, what's up with the Mag 7? He always kept pushing. So when you guys would come to LA or we would send stuff, it was dope because he was the general at the studio that was formulating, you know, the projects and the one worlds and doing all the different drafts and sequencing and arranging. So Mook right here is definitely, you know, like the one of the architects of Mag 7 as far as behind the scenes. And, you know, I just want to take time and credit this man for all the amazing hard work that he's been putting in throughout the years, not just with Mag 7, but also with Black Eyed Peas.
I appreciate that.
Of course, bro.
Yo, for everybody tuned in, just tuning in, seeing all these crazy talented brothers right here. We got Mook, who just joined us. It's a brother who was part of the process in the Mag 7 process. But I just wanted to just ask Mook something really quick because I know Mook has been an important piece of the process in the Black Eyed Peas family.
Yep.
And I just wanted to know what were the roots and the start of that for you, Mook, and how you met Tab and all that.
I actually met Tab on the bus doing graffiti.
What?
We were mad hip hop kids.
LA shit.
We were mad hip hop kids.
Tigers.
As soon as I met this dude, I knew from jump. We had one conversation and it was history from there.
Word. So how did the whole Black Eyed Peas thing go on? Like, how did that happen?
Well, me and Will grew up in the same housing project, and I met App when he came from the Philippines, and we were just dancers, and we decided to come together and create a group, Ab Clan. When Easy died, we decided to kind of part ways and stepped in Tab. And
yo, you know what's funny is when we used to go to this club called Ballistics at 16 years old, and Mook, we would always want Mook to go into the circle to battle, but he would be like talking to chicks on the side. So we'll be like, yo, Mook, come on, we're in a battle. And he's like hollering at girls. And,
I was a little lover boy. I
see it. Okay, Mook. Okay, big Mook.
Mook
is like the glue though for Mag 7, man. I appreciate you, my brother, man.
Well, what's easy, man? I mean, all you guys are extremely talented, and it was a pleasure, you know.
Yo, some of my most memorable times, bro, was me in the studio with you, Mook, and Artec and Tab and everybody. Just man, you guys helped elevate my studio game to the next level, bro. And like, you know, shit that I never even thought of before, or just like pushing the vocal, or just you know, doing certain shit. It's like, man, thank you guys for that too. For real.
Of course, bro. Like one of the things that I love about this amazing experience with Mag 7 is like learning each one of your stories. You know, you guys are all beautiful as a unit, but also individually. Like I love Doc and Spence, their upbringing and how they were brought up, and just the idea of the brotherhood within them and how much they've been putting in work, trying to make it in the music industry, being the beacon of light for their people, for the Seminoles. You know, all the amazing contributions that Doc and Spence have been giving to music, and also like acting. Like I see Spence doing, you know, like Broadway like musicals, and like you're branching out to other
Spence,
bro. Like that's super fresh, you know. And I'm proud of you for that. MC1. I mean, this man is an inspiration not only for music but also for what he does as a leader to the youth, and all the activations that he goes out of his way to go talk to the kids, to be a keynote speaker, to be a DJ, to be the entertainment for all the N7 functions. And then PJ, you already know, bro, like I've been seeing your movements. I saw what you just did with the game. Congratulations. That's super dope.
Thank you,
super
man.
dope.
Fire, bro.
Thank you, bro.
So you guys, what you mean to me as a, you know, as a brother, like I'm inspired by you guys on a daily. I know that we still have a lot of work to do with Mag 7, and this is not the final chapter. When I saw the One World video, I was like, oh man, it's so beautiful to see that. It's the energy that we had that day making that video. It was like, you know, it was infectious, and I want the world to continue to see more from Mag 7.
Word, that's blessed, man. Yo,
hey,
really
Drew.
quick.
Hey,
say
Drew.
what? What's up, bro?
I just want to say I think it's important for everyone to know that how Tab's process was in all of this, where we all completely didn't know each other. You know, we all recorded everything in our own respective home studios in different states, didn't relate to each other yet at all. And then somehow when we all got together for the first time for our first performance, we all just clicked and it was all love. So that was really,
it was like Voltron.
It's really a testament to leadership too, to know how to gather all of these different people from different backgrounds with different, even, you know, traditions and beliefs. And even though we're all Native people, you know, we come from different types of lifestyles, like Tab said. And it was so cool that I think the second we all got together, it was really, you know, oh, that was you on that verse. Oh, that was great. Oh, that was you. Oh, okay, cool. You know, and it just happened to click really, really, you know, easily. So
you're right, especially in New York City, man. I'm gonna admit to you guys. I mean, I've already cried in front of you guys, man. I ain't gonna.
I remember, Drees. I remember.
I think we all had our moments.
But yo, on that plane to New York City was one of the first tears that dropped from my eyes when I was like, okay, I'm a Saskatchewan kid from northern, like in Canada, in New York City, about to link up with all these guys from the US, and I was like, you know what I mean? I appreciate you, Tab. I appreciate every one of you guys for tapping in. Before I say peace to Tab, though, bro, can I get the homies just to say your names real quick, what you got going on? Because I'm just gonna peace out with Tab after that. MC1, your mic is not on, just to let you know, my brother. Yes, we're good now. Go ahead.
Hello, my name is Marcus. I go by MC1. Hey, Drezus, appreciate you letting me come on, and Tab, all the inspiration is immeasurable, what you've done, not just for us, but the people who see us and watch us. And so I just really, really can't explain with words in English how amazing the inspiration has been that you provided for all of us. Appreciate you guys.
What's up, MC?
Love you, One.
Love you, One.
I'll go ahead, Doc.
Yo, Doc Native in the building, all the way from Hollywood, Florida, Seminole Tribe. Hey, I got new music coming out. I just dropped a new song called Bust Down. You know that thing. I got brand new music coming out like every other week. And so you guys can catch me on Spotify, iTunes, every platform that's out there. I love you, Drees. I love you, Tab. I love you, Vegas, bro. My brother MC1. Love you guys, man.
Hey, purchase.
Hold up, I'm
right there.
For everybody listening, I'm gonna put up your comments so you can say what's up while they're shouting themselves out and all that. So,
what up, Chris?
All
How you doing, Chris?
Oh wait, I'm not gonna put those up because you hide your face. Okay, my bad, y'all. Go ahead, Fab. Go ahead.
All right, I'm Spencer Batiste. Doc and I are brothers. We grew up together, writing music and singing and performing with our family. Like Tab so nicely put, I was currently working on all Native American musical that was premiering in Oklahoma City called Distant Thunder. We got pushed back due to the pandemic right before opening. And so that's rescheduled for spring of next year. So if you want to come check that out, it's a really beautiful story about the Blackfeet Nation. And I'm just really happy to be a part of that. And we'll continue to make music and write music. We do that every day, you know, and we look for opportunities to collaborate and work with other artists. And, you know, like he said, we love you all. And we're just blessed to have worked on the records we have with you guys. And we hope we get to do more to, you know, just elevate all Native artists. And like we got to do the Native ciphers too. And it was really cool to see how many hungry, Red Cloud, how many young Native artists are out there. And, you know, we just want to keep doing our part to elevate the community and inspire. And we hope that, you know, we make you all proud. So
what's up?
Yes, sir.
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's PJ Vegas, live and direct from Los Angeles. Ya quiero Mexican, Mexica por vida. You already know. I want to say shout out to all my Max 7 family, Taboo, Drezus, Mook, Doc Spencer 1, Kahara, Superman, everyone, bro. I just want to say you guys are family, bro. And to the end, Redbone family's got your back, whatever you guys need. And man, I love you guys. I got a song out right now called Pesos that I just dropped on YouTube and SoundCloud. The link is in my bio. It's featured on the Games compilation mixtape Volume 5, Game Over. Check it out. We're going hard with this one. I love all you guys. Thank you, man, for having us on here.
What's up, bro?
Yeah.
What's up? Yeah. Mook, you want to say something real quick?
I'm Prince Yashua. I'm a writer, producer. I love these guys. I can't wait for you to see what they got in the chamber. It's incredible.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yo. Thanks, I'm just gonna sign off with the brothers here. I appreciate you guys so much, my Mag 7 bros. Mook, come on, man.
Love you, Dreez.
Big homie.
Thanks for having us.
Love you, fam. Be
guys,
easy.
All right, fellas. Thank you.
Yo, Tab, stay
put
one quick second.
Yep.
Peace, family.
Right.
Yes.
Yo, that was dope, Dreez.
Right.
Mag 7 family, that was dope. Really,
I had to surprise you really quick, man. Yo, I really appreciate you taking your time out, man. I know you guys are killing it with the Black Eyed Peas. And man, you just continue to be a beacon of light, like I said, bro. What's going on in the future, bro?
So right now we have a new song that we just released called "Feel the Beat" featuring Maluma, and we're gonna continue to put out new music off of our album Translation. We did a record with Shakira that's probably gonna be coming out next. And we also have another one with Nicky Jam and Tyga called Vida Loca, which will be coming out as well. So we're just gonna keep working, man. Unfortunately, we're not able to tour at the moment, but we'll be doing these virtual performances from our studio that we invested in, so that we can give you performances that have production value and are entertaining. And hopefully in 2021, we'll be able to tour the world and bring the light and the positivity that Black Eyed Peas represents. So, I want to personally thank you for this opportunity to speak to you and to the Mag 7 and to all the folks that are tuned in. Keep following, keep tuning in. This man has a great show, and I'm proud of all the work that you're doing, Dreez. Keep shining, bro.
Thank you so much. Yo, before you go, what I usually do on this show is play music for the people, but we obviously didn't. We ran out of time because we had all the homies in the spot.
Yeah.
What I promised to do though is I'm gonna slide you a couple of links to some of their music that I'm feeling, just so that you can take it in. And we're not promising anything here or anything like that. Mm-hmm. Just so that somebody can hear your music, and I'll be sure to pass it along to him and get that to his ears. So and I appreciate you being open to that. Yeah, man. Shoot, big bro, man.
It's been a good hour, bro. Thank you so much, Dreez.
Appreciate you, Magwitch. Yo, peace out, everybody.
Thank you.
Yes. All right. I feel all lonely now. But yo, if you were feeling that, put up your flames. If you got music, put up your links. If you put up your bass, if you are feeling that, show your love to the Meg 7 family. Go follow them all. Go get the new Black Eyed Peas album. Let's see. Go follow Kahara Hodges. Go get that in you. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. This has been another episode of In Drezus' Name. Major love to Taboo and the boys for showing up. We got some cool stuff coming up in the future. I know the ladies definitely need some representation, so that will definitely be coming in the very near future. I love you guys. Keep spinning the videos. Share the videos. Love your family. Shout out to my family, my baby boys, my mama. I love you. Easy. Happy Sunday, fam.